I'm very proud of my team. After that emotionally draining and devastating loss last night, to come back here against the one seed and the pitcher of the year in our league, to compete against him and find a way to win against him, and their full bullpen stuff. I'm just so proud of it. I thought our offense was outstanding. Kobos gave us 3+ innings. I mean, it's the longest outing of the year coming from all these injuries he's had. I thought he did a great job, and the other guys, it wasn't the prettiest thing in the world, but we found a way to win, and I was real proud. I thought Zach Bierman's, obviously those two homers he hit were huge, just to give us a tremendous separation. The last one, and because as you can see, it's never easy for us for whatever reason. So, but it's kind of my summation of the game.
Yeah, it felt good. I knew it was gone off the bat. It was a question of whether it was going to stay fair.
Can you talk about maybe the excitement of the moment and your first home run?
I was jogging down the first base line, and as soon as I saw it go over the fence and they call it fair, I couldn't stop smiling. I rounded third base and had a big old grin on my face. Everybody in the dugout was cheering. Got to home plate and almost got my head knocked off by some of the guys greeting me out there at home plate.
So Zach talked about it a little bit yesterday too, but I mean, you guys have a ton of confidence in your offense and know that you can put up a lot of runs no matter who's pitching.
I definitely believe that, and I think everybody on our offense does. We have a great hitting offense, and when we're all clicking like we have been the last few days, it's deadly.
At that point in the game, Morgan just be able to get that home run. I mean, that kind of feel, not just for you and the team, but a little bit of relaxation, or do you ever just
You,
kind of keep the pedal to the metal the entire game?
we did keep the pedal to the metal, but at that point you could feel everybody kind of take a deep breath and settle into the game instead of playing with tenseness like we were at the beginning.
Just kind of move forward, how you kind of keep that, kind of still in that win and kind of stay alive mentality, how you kind of keep that going?
Just got to have big at bats and continue to fight at the box and continue hitting the ball like we have been.
Morgan, how does coach and staff kind of get you ready, or do you do it yourself? Because we all know about the depth that we have in the outfield. How do you just always seem to be ready in whether it's pinch hit, roll, pinch, getting a start? Like, what is your mindset at each game coming in?
For the most part, they always keep us ready. We usually, if I'm on the bench, we usually go in the sixth inning to get loose, get our legs loose, take a few swings, and then we just have to stay locked in on the pitcher. We never know when we're going to be called on to go hit or bunt or run, so we need to know everything that the pitcher has. So that's how we stay locked in on it.
Someone like Zach hit 2 bombs, and just how good is that for you to see someone that kind of lead on this team to do that?
It's amazing. He has incredible power to all fields, and to see him be able to step up in a game like today and do that, it's just incredible.
Absolutely. He's it's been tough. You got some older guys that have waited for a while to play and have actually done a very good job. I mean, Cam Piercy's arguably one of our very, very best players the whole year. He's kind of floundered a little bit here in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and just opened up some opportunities for me to shove Morgan in there, because every time I brought him off the bench, he was not just having good at bats. You try not to be, but so result oriented, but they were all hits. I mean, there were times he was, I think he went through a stretch where he was about 8 or 9 for 10. I mean, it was insane, and so it felt like I had to get him in the lineup, and he's arguably our best all-around outfield guy too. So for me, getting him some opportunity to play is just something we've been just trying to figure out exactly how to do.
And you guys have another elimination game tomorrow. Do you have a starter you think you can put out there for several innings, or is it going to be a committee type thing again?
With us, to be very honest with you, I've come to know that I can't answer that question, to be very honest with you. I mean, I had a lot of confidence in Kobos today that he'd get us through 3. I just I'm looking right here. I mean, he got 45 pitches, and I just with his two injuries and things like that, he just doesn't have the ability to go much further than that right now. But now he'll bounce back. By Saturday at worst, and then for sure Sunday, he'll give us another 50. It just he just doesn't have a lot of stamina right now. We haven't like pushed him, but I thought he did a great job, and then like I said, our offense kept us in a position, and we pitched just well enough not to surrender the lead, which was huge. And I mean, they ran some awful good arms out at us today. I mean, that team. I mean, you had the pitcher of the year, and arguably one of the McMahon kid. I mean, he's got some of the best stuff in the entire league. To score some runs off of those guys and do what our kids did, I'm very, very proud of them. They did some things not many people have done all year long.
Coach, just kind of touch on your bullpen, and that's something that you'd like to see improvement on if they pretty lights out that entire way.
Yeah, no, they did. Like I said, I mean, outside of the walks, I mean, besides that part, the rest of it was good. We didn't get hit a ton. We didn't give up a ton of hits. We don't walk guys, and we're not in trouble at all. We created the majority of trouble. We made a couple of errors that in plays we should have made. So but overall, we kept cracking and cracking. We just never broke, and a lot of that has to do with the offense. Forced them to play a catch-up game.
Yeah, but when we got to the park today after that sour taste last night, what you kind of talk to you guys about getting ready for the game?
I mean they're smart enough now. I have to give them a big cheerleading, pep talk type deal. I mean, they realize we lose again, that careers are over, this and that, whatever. I mean, they also knew we drew the number one seed. That was completely unexpected that we would draw that team, and having to face the pitcher of the year. Those were huge things for us. And I mean, very proud. Knock on wood. I mean, our kids, we did a great job yesterday against the one of the top save guys in the whole country. And then today we're able to beat the pitcher of the year. So I mean, I'm very, very happy with what's transpired. Obviously, I'd love to be 2-0 instead of 1-1. But from here on out, I said this yesterday. From the rest of the way out, it's everybody's going to be in the same boat. A lot of bullpens are going to look just like ours from here on out. And it's going to come down to ultimately, who can be the most offensive to a large degree, and who catches the ball when they need to catch it. Because with the offenses, kind of in my mind, are going to kind of not rule, but they're going to step forward quite a bit. Those plays that you don't make are the ones that kill you. When you give them 4 and 5 outs in an inning against good teams, usually bite you in the rear end. So I'm hoping we can step up in those two areas, and eliminate walks and things like that as much as we can, and just force people to hit us, to beat us. If they just hit us, they hit us. You tip your hat to them and go home, and we'll regroup next year. But I don't want to lose because we walk guys and can't catch the ball. The rest of it I can live with.
We've talked about all year Zach's leadership, just to have him in a do or die kind of game, get 2 home runs, and even on the bench, get everybody pumped up, even in the game. And just once again, just touch on his leadership, what kind he means.
I mean, he's just that guy that even sometimes when it isn't going great, every single time I'm standing down at third base, every time he steps in the batter's box, I expect to see the ball fly out of the park. I mean, it's just he gives you what Woodall gave you, and Lancaster and some guys we've had here. He gives you that hope that there's going to be that big swing or that big double, whatever. I mean, he's seeing it well right now, and he's had a spitter sputter year all year. I mean, he's collected some RBIs and some things, and if he was swinging it the way he is now all year, he'd have 100 RBIs, no doubt in my mind. And so we're we're glad that he's swinging it better. You know, it was good to see Parker Chavers go the other way and hit that home run, and you know, getting some stuff with Morgan High. Just, you know, it was a shot in the arm for us, no doubt about it.